Hi Kiwi! Alright, so we're officially starting a new game, and today we're going to be playing Ori and the Blind Forest. Now, full disclosure, this is getting recorded probably the day before it is uploaded. I had originally played one episode of Ori already, so I kind of know how the game starts. But I recorded that like 2 months ago, and I decided I'm going to start over so that it's fresh in my mind, I remember what happened, and we'll go from there. Now, I had initially planned on uploading Undertale today, but unfortunately, having purchased the game, it is not showing up in my Steam library, so today we're gonna do Ori. And then when Celeste ends, we'll start uploading Undertale. Wasn't really how I planned things to work out, but that's life. We're gonna play on normal difficulty because, based on what I've read online, hard just makes enemies one-shot you more easily, but it doesn't necessarily improve the experience. And I wouldn't mind a more casual experience on this one, honestly. So, with all that said, I hope you enjoy. We'll probably have about 2 episodes of this a week.
We shall always remember the night when I lost Ori to the great storm.
I'll talk more once the cutscene's over. Such beautiful music in this game, though. Let me talk over it, right? Maybe it is safe to talk right now? Well, anyway, so probably 2 episodes of Ori, 2 episodes of Undertale or Celeste, or actually 3 episodes of Celeste for now until it's finished, but then somewhere between 2 and 3, Ori a week, 2 Undertale a week, and then weekends I'll probably have Hades for 2 of those days, plus or minus another day, something else, or a 3rd day of Hades. I have a lot of Hades footage recorded, but I didn't really want to upload all of it in a row. Yeah, that would give me a nice buffer, but it seems like people are more interested in the like platformery type of games, and you seem to be enjoying them too, so for now I'll
When Naru embraced my light.
for now I'll stick with that schedule in mind, and hopefully that works out. I mean, this channel is everything,
As a child of her own.
alright. Stretchy cat. Well, not really a cat. I don't know what to call Ori other than Ori, but I don't know, we kind of have like this, I don't know, impish, fox-like vibe to me. Anyway. Does this not have like the most Disney vibes ever, though? Whee! It's just so pleasant. Just grabbing food. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so she marks off the trees that they collect food from. I wonder if that's because they've exhausted the food. Anyway, so Naru is our big mom character here, I think. And then Ori, well, Ori is Ori. Look at all the trees full of some sort of fruit. Peaches, oranges, I don't know. Just listen to that music, though. This game is gorgeous, both aesthetically and auditory-wise. It honestly just feels good. But anyway. So yeah, I think my plan will be, when everything comes to fruition, it'll be 3 episodes of Ori a week, just like right now it's 3 episodes of Celeste a week, and then 2 episodes of Undertale, because I want Undertale to be a little bit more edited in how I produce it, at least since I'm planning to try and do some more hardcore voice acting through it. And then, what else? And then, again, I have a lot of recorded Hades footage, so I'll probably upload like 2 or 3 episodes of that a week too. I just don't want to saturate the channel with that, because they're fairly long episodes, and you only need like a couple to help you fall asleep.
On that fateful night, when I lit the skies ablaze, I called out to Ori.
It's so pretty. Naru is like, nope, this is bad, get out. Get out now. I wonder why Naru saw the trees call for help as necessarily a spooky thing. Anyway, I just want to say this game has, like...
Yet hope never came.
I have to say, this game has like a super Disney Pixar, or not Pixar, but I guess, yeah. This game has a super Disney, definitely Disney, maybe Disney Pixar sort of vibe. So I decided what I'm going to do is, each episode, I'm going to maybe review a Disney movie or a couple Disney movies based on my personal experience. To the point where maybe I was thinking about watching some of them, because certainly the older ones I don't remember terribly well. I can only talk about the ones that are fresh in my head. And I'll probably just talk about animated movies as a whole through this series. Things like, once I move on from Disney and Pixar, I'll move on to, like, DreamWorks, for example, because we definitely need to talk about Shrek and what that became.
Through the passage of time.
Oh no, Naru, no, oof. Yeah.
Life withered and decayed.
You know what really gives you the Disney vibes? What happens next?
When the forest was blind.
The trope of parental figure giving food to the child until they wither away from starvation. It never stops getting me. We just saw something like this happen in Dungeon Meshi, and oh boy, was the Senshi's backstory rough. But yeah, I definitely get Disney vibes from this game, so I think that's the route I'm gonna take. I'm gonna talk about animated movies, and we'll go one by one.
Still, hope showed its face.
We found food, Mom, we're coming! We're coming back! Oh no, this is when you know she's dead, because they're just giving you little flashback OSTs, which just makes this feel so much worse. Oh goodness. They're really upping the ante. Oh, there's a creepy crawly in the foreground, that's not unsettling at all. Yeah, no. Nothing like flashbacks 7 minutes into the game to remind you of the good times and the incoming death flags. Oh, this is gonna feel bad. Mom, I brought you food! Oh no, Ori looks so pleased. Until they realize. Yeah. That hurts. Oh. It feels so bad. And then just sleeping on her. Aw, man, that's rough. Well,
An orphan once more. With no reason to stay.
and now we just slowly stalk to the right, to the left.
Searching for my light.
Gonna say,
So weak and so frail.
I'm lucky starvation is not something I've ever experienced in proper form. Like, yeah, going a day without food, I've done that, but like, weeks? Ugh.
When cries were met with silence.
That's something I hope I never have to experience, and I hope no one else ever has to. Unfortunately, that's just not how the world works, but...
And hope went astray. when my child's strength faltered.
I guess depending on your purview, this is either really sad or really melodramatic. I feel both. Like, I want to cry a little bit.
And the last breath was drawn.
Sorry, I didn't...
My light revived Ori. A new age had dawned.
Sorry, I just didn't want to talk during the music. It was... The orchestral swells just hit me pretty hard. Alright, we're officially in the game. Alright, so I don't remember how to play aside from, like, the basics of jump. Well, I figured out how to jump. Woohoo. Okay, anyway. Let's run to the left and see what the world offers. So yeah, to the best of my ability, I'll probably ramble about different Disney movies this episode. Or, well, the next couple episodes for sure, and we'll see where it takes us. So I guess I'll start with the movie that I can think of right off the top of my head as, like, one of my favorite Disney movies. Well, I didn't read that, but I think that's kind of our currency for skill points. This game has a skill tree, if I recall, and we unlock different abilities. For context, I've only played about half an hour of the game, so I really just don't have much experience in this at all. Like, I made it... We're, what, 12 minutes in? So I played for maybe, like, 20 minutes. Press A to fall through platforms. Okay. So far, I already quite like the movement in this game. It feels very fluid. I bet this game... We've had games that we've watched as... Oop, Toppy is just having a sneezing fit behind me. I don't know if you can hear it at all. She's just standing in the litter box with her nose to the air, sneezing. Anyway, completely got... You found an energy cell. You can now collect and use more energy. Remember that you can use energy to create a soul link to save your game. So B is the soul link, and the way the soul link works is it's basically a save point. If you die, you respawn at this location. So we want to use those for getting in and out of trouble. Alright. Oh. That was unfortunate. You found some spirit light. When you fill the spirit gauge, let's call it, you'll gain an ability point. So that's basically our experience system. We do get experience for killing enemies, and that unlocks skill points, which then can be used to get upgrades on our skill tree.
Deep in the forest, Ori found what was lost.
Pick up the tiny light. And so this will grant us our basic ability to attack, which is honestly not what I expected it to be. I thought it was like you used a bow for some reason. I don't know if maybe I saw that in the Will of the Wisps, maybe? My strength is returning. I am Sign, the light and eyes of the spirit tree. I was lost in this glen when she... Maybe I'll do a voice for her. I was lost in this glen when she loosened her grip. I can guide you on your journey if you allow me to come. But be still. Can you hear that? They must have followed you here. Press X, tap X repeatedly to attack. So basically, when we're in range of enemies, we can mash X and deal damage. Or walk face first into them and receive damage. Tap X... Alright, so we just got a skill point. Let's go see... I think I can get to... Life cells allow Ori to retain more vitality. Find more life cells to increase her survivability. So what I'm going to try and go... I forget. Is this it? I don't remember how to access the skill tree. Maybe I can only access it from... whatever they're called. Spirit Orb, maybe was what it was called? Their lights shall return to me, these words the spirit tree once said. In the glade past the caverns we'll find him, there's a path up ahead. I hope she didn't intentionally rhyme there. Because if she only speaks in rhyme, I might take some issue with that. Alright. New objective, find the spirit tree. But anyway, I kind of like this because it requires you to be relatively close range, but then it's mostly just spamming. All right, here we go. So tap B to access the ability tree. So if I recall, this tree is all about damage. This tree is all about kind of utility, I think. And then this one was, or maybe this one was utility. No, one of these is mobility. Let's look at them real quick. Rekindle allows you reusing soul links and shortens the cooldown timer. Restore 1 life cell when using the soul energy. Halves the cost of the charge flame. Allows Ori to use the dash in the air. Ultra soul link. Creating soul link restores 2 life. Allows Ori to charge dash. Left trigger to attack enemies. Water breath allows you to breathe in clean water. Sounds like that's something we probably want earlier than later. Soul link efficiency. Halves the cost of the soul link. Allows a 3rd jump in the air. That one sounds pretty substantial in a platformer. Ultra defense reduces the damage inflicted by enemies. Spirit magnet. Most pickups now float towards Ori. Most pickups are now shown on the map. Life efficiency. Life pickups will restore twice the amount. Most, larger magnet. Energy pickups reward 50% more energy. Ability cells show up on the map. Increase the spirit light gain from absorbed spirit light. Makes life cells show up on the map. Makes energy cells show up on the map. Allows Ori to see through walls and find hidden areas. So yeah, that seems kind of the exploration collectathon side of things, which, I don't know, maybe it's better to get that early, but allows you to shoot 3 flames before recharging. I probably want this one just because initially combat will be getting upgraded to combat will be helpful. Increases the strength of Spirit Flame, improves the radius and damage of Charge Flame, allows Spirit Flame to damage 2 targets at once, increases the strength and radius of Light Burst, further increases the strength of Spirit Flame, increases the radius and damage of Stomp, allows the Spirit Flame to be fired more rapidly, enhances the radius and attack damage of Charge Flame, and further increases Spirit Flame damage and allows it to hit up to 4 targets at once. So I think what I'll do is I'll take probably these first 2 notches on damage and then hope that's enough to carry me, and then I'll start going down this ability tree, because it sounds like it gives a lot of like really good mobility, particularly the triple jump just sounds like it'll make the game a lot easier. And air dashing, I mean, basically anything that increases our mobility in a platformer always sounds like a good decision. So let's take our 1 damage up. And then we'll... Oops. Probably didn't need to touch that. It's fine, though. Alright. Just gonna try and grab our energy where we can. Or what... Ability, energy, experience, whatever it's called. I forgot. I died so much to that one thing because I think it one-shot me in hard mode. At least we're a bit tankier here. I do think I'll use my soul link here because I'm seemingly trying to die. That way, if I die, I can return. Nope, I didn't see it. I swear. I thought I blew them all up.
Spirit wells are ancient structures that were used to quickly traverse all of Nebel. The light of the spirit wells will also replenish your strength whenever you are weary.
Alright, so this is a free heal. Press X to save your game. Game saved. And then I can warp with Y, but I don't have any other S activated. I assume I can't get up here because I only have 1 jump. Yeah, alright, let's move along. Back up we go. Bounce. Anyway, so let's go ahead and talk about our first Disney movie. And the first Disney movie I want to touch on is let's do Lilo and Stitch, because Lilo and Stitch is hands down one of my favorite Disney movies. I guess if I were to just real quick talk about what are my favorite Disney movies of all time, Toy Story 3 is definitely up there because, I mean, it was targeted to my generation, obviously, and hit all the right places for me. I haven't actually seen Toy Story 4. I almost refuse. I pretty much refuse to see it, honestly. The reason for that is Toy Story 3 just felt like such a natural ending to the Toy Story series that I didn't want to ruin it with the corporate decision that Toy Story needed to keep going on. Like, I respect that Toy Story 3 did amazingly well, but that really was kind of all it needed to do. It felt like... well, I mashed through that again. I didn't see what that was. Oopsie. Is there like a... Let's see if there's a guide that I can just reread things. No? Alright. Maybe I'll pause in post-production and just read it out loud. But... well. What I'm trying to say is, so Toy Story 3 felt like the most natural and perfect conclusion to the Toy Story series. It was a series that I grew up with, and it ended with Andy going to college, which felt appropriate for when I watched it. The Toy Story 4 just felt like a corporate decision to Oh, okay, those were key fragments, weren't they? Okay, that's all it was. Those,
The spirit gate blocks us. They were built for protection before the days of decay. The required keystones must be nearby. To reach the spirit tree, we must pass the spirit caverns that lie beyond this gate.
all right, so yeah, I got both keys. So those were just keys to the door. Okay, makes sense. Oh, is that it? Okay, that's it. Cool. All right, let's keep moving on. So I quite enjoyed Toy Story 3, and I'll give a proper review of it later, but Toy Story 3 is definitely one of my top 3. You found an energy shard. Energy shards restore power to Ori's energy cells. Okay, so we wanted to go to the Spirit Cavern, so let's stick to that path for now, since that is the direction the game is telling us to go after all. And you know what, let's go ahead and make a save point here, just so that we're safe. I guess they're not really save points per se, but you know what I mean. All right. Anyway, so Toy Story 3 is one of my favorites. I would say absolutely Lilo and Stitch is another one. I really like the characters and the themes, and I mean all the experiments. Like honestly, the extended world that Lilo and Stitch created was also really interesting. I'll talk about maybe some of the I think there was a sequel movie and then a whole TV series that I more particularly remember just being obsessed with as a kid. I think I was in high school at the time when I was watching that ongoing. And I remember like being really excited to see what the different experiments did and stuff. And for context, favorite experiment would definitely be 625, I think it was, which was Reuben.
Ori, this is a map stone, one of the many ancient markers created to chart the forest of Nebel as it grew. There is a piece missing. If we can find the map stone fragment, we might be able to repair it.
Okay, so mapstone fragment. I assume this is just our keystone. This looks like it's showing us that there's a secret down there, but I think I probably need the ability to breathe underwater to get to it. But yeah, Reuben was 65. He's the one that is in the first movie, I believe. No, actually, no, he's in the second movie. I don't think the extra experiments showed up until... Oh man, I can't remember that well. That's unfortunate. Yeah, like I said, maybe what I might end up doing is just rewatching some of the movies prior to giving commentary on these episodes, just so that I have like them fresh in my head and can give a proper review. I just figure the first 2 episodes are probably not going to be that. I'll just ramble about the things I remember that I really like, and then probably next week at the earliest, I will think more I'll give more like a proper review of each movie based on my personal experiences, nostalgia, and things of that nature. Because if we're going based on nostalgia, Emperor's New Groove is probably up there as well as is Mulan. I'd say, like, if I did my top 5 Disney movies of all time, and I'm not going to even talk about Disney Extended Universe, we can save that for another conversation if I really want to. But top 5 Disney movies: Emperor's New Groove, Mulan, Lilo and Stitch, Toy Story 3.
There were those that turned to hope when she ravaged and killed.
The light of the spirit tree lives in all of us. He is the reason we're alive. He's the reason we grew. When he called out to find you many years past, we were attacked, wounded, and killed by our foe. Now these ancestral trees are all that's left behind. Come closer now and feel the light of Phil, the spirit inside.
Alright, fill me up with Phil. I really like the effects that they have in this game. They look really pretty. Ah, there it is, the wall jump. To use this ability, push the control stick toward a wall and press A continuously to leap upward. Perfect. Alright, so now we can climb. Whee! Yay, and now we get one of these, which is a thing. You found an energy cell. You can now collect and use more energy. Remember that you can use energy to create a soul link and save your game. Should probably do that while in here. I imagine we're going to need to remember to use that, or we're going to lose a lot of progress, and there are going to be at least a couple instances where I very much regret forgetting to use it. Nonetheless, we'll make it work. Oops, I did not need to take that damage. At least I got a free heal here. Anyway, so I said Lilo and Stitch, Toy Story 3, Mulan, Emperor's New Groove, and then probably the last one I would say is Nightmare Before Christmas, maybe? Like, I can't bring a 5th one to mind immediately, but Nightmare Before Christmas is definitely up there. So let's say that for now, and then I can reflect and consider if that changes down the road. But that's probably my top 5. And I mean, I mentioned I mentioned DreamWorks. I'm gonna be entirely honest, I really didn't watch a lot of DreamWorks movies. I think Shrek is like most in the forefront of my brain. There were almost certainly others, don't get me wrong. I don't strongly remember them well enough to say, can I get up there? I don't think I can get up there. Alright, let's keep going this way for now. Yeah, keep going this way for now. I just don't remember well enough what was beyond Shrek. Like, Shrek, you know, was an inarguable classic, if you will. I see this as a rock that I can move, right? But why would I? Why would I want to move this? I don't see a reason to want to move this just yet, so... These are the prettiest, like, moving obstacles I've ever seen. Is this a thing? Okay, yeah, it is. Gives you an energy cell for breaking it. Cool. Alright, I get the sense that we're gonna need to move this through here. They probably, you know what, they probably put the rock there down below just to remind you that you need to move the thing. But realistically speaking, you don't need to move it... Does this break them? It does not. I bet they put the rock below to remind you of the mechanic, but the intent here is to actually move it now. But what do I want that I would move this to? Oh, you know what? I wouldn't have been able to make it up there without my jump. Okay, that's clever. Cool. Alright, I appreciate that. And you know what? Let's go ahead and make our soul link and upgrade our next point. So, allows reusing soul links and shortens the cooldown timer. So I think, does that mean I can like absorb what I set, maybe? Maybe I grab 1 point of this just so that my brain always gets bothered by resources that get dropped on the ground and then I can't reach them. So I'll grab this and then we'll start, again, we'll start working on that next tree. Or maybe I want map markers just so that I can know. Anyway. Moving along. So, I definitely very strongly remember Shrek 1 and 2. I don't actually remember if I saw Shrek 3 or not. Because I found a map shard fragment, I think that's what it said. I'm really just mashing through this dialogue unintentionally, I swear. Oop. Well, down we go. So, oh, I have the 2 key fragments. Perfect. So I should be able to progress now. Alright, so let's backtrack. And while we're backtracking, I think there was something... I think it wasn't here. I think it was next one over, right? Well, okay, there we go. It was a mapstone fragment that I found. So, alright, look at us, unlocking our Metroidvania-esque world map. Look at that. I'm sure we'll be here backtracking in the not-too-distant future because I clearly forgot something or missed something obvious. But that's the nature of Metroidvanias and me. I cannot find things hidden in the map very easily, unfortunately. Anyway, so... yeah, the Shrek 1 and 2 I definitely remember very distinctly. Well, okay, Shrek 1 I remember very distinctly, but there's a reason for that. The Jimmy Neutron movie and the Shrek movie were like the 2 most watched movies of my childhood, aside from maybe the first Pokemon movie. And the reason for that was my sister, my sister and I had an allotted Blockbuster allowance each week, and we were allowed to take out 1 movie each. Or in my case, often it was a video game, because of course it was a video game if I went to Blockbuster. Although I did get a fair few number of movies from it too, don't get me wrong. And in that allotment, my sister seemed to be the sort that likes just rewatching the same movie over and over again, and her go-to movies were Shrek and the Jimmy Neutron movie, and I find it a little concerning that there was a time in my life where I could verbatim quote the entire movie. Like, I could probably recite the entire dialogue of both films and like describe the scenes as they played out without watching the movie. It was oh, I actually died. That's our first death. Okay. Oh, well, I'm going the wrong way. Oops. Oh, well. Cool. That went not great. Nope, that went worse. Okay. Well, I'm throwing at the very end of the screen at the very end, it seems. Anywho, oh, a lever. I missed this earlier, so you know what? It's probably good that I backtracked here. Oh, wow. Well, remember that thing I said about probably forgetting to save and then being severely inconvenienced by that? Well, I guess we're just gonna have to do all of that over again. Let's go get the map again, I guess. Oops. I messed up. It's really not that big a deal. I just need to be better about using the Soul Link. I need to remember to use it more often. There's no reason not to. Well, I mean, there is. It's a finite resource, sort of. But that's fine. We'll make it work. We will make it work. But where was I? Yeah, so I had a verbatim knowledge of the Shrek and Jimmy Neutron movie, which makes me laugh because, like, I don't know many people who can do that, but ProZD, if you're familiar with him on YouTube, he's a really good voice actor. Also did a lot of sketch comedy back when I think it was Vine was live. Does anyone else remember Vine before TikTok took over and Vine just died for some reason, which I don't necessarily know why. I never paid attention to whatever was going on in the background for that, but he used to do skit comedy. He still does skit comedy, honestly, but he also, like, reviews random foods and things like that on his channel. And he loves board games, so he reviews those as well. He's just, like, a really chill sort of... He's just got a very chill sort of vibe to him. And I love his voice. He's got such a cool vocal range and does a lot of good voices in series that I've followed and enjoyed watching. Anyway, I digress. There's a video that he did where he's proving the fact that he, like I with Jimmy Neutron and Shrek, has a concerningly, nearly pathologic knowledge of the Peter Pan movie, like the old animated Disney Peter Pan movie. And it is so funny to watch. He has friends playing oh, this is new. Energy door.
These energy gates were sealed by the spirits of the past. If we collect enough energy cells, they will open a path.
Okay, so I've got 2 right now. Okay, I deposit. Nope. Okay, I see. Okay, so I need 5 maximum energy before I can get through that door. Interesting. Now, the question is, do I get to, once the door is open, do I get that energy back, or is it gone for good? I'd be curious to know. This looks a little sketchy, but we're gonna just do this. Easy peasy. I'm sure the platforming only gets worse from here. Which way do I want to go? Let's go to the left first, because there's a map fragment. Okay. Let this thing fire, and then we'll grab that the key. Oop, well, let's get out. Okay, well, one piece of damage is fine, because we can heal from this. Cool. Can I get in here? Okay, cool. But yeah, so he's like dancing and verbalizing the entire, like, oops, all the scenes that they're playing on their phone. Like, they're telling him what scene it is and maybe giving him the music context at most. And he is just, like, saying all the lines, reenacting the scenes that are happening on the screen. I missed one door key. Okay, so let's go back and see where it is. Okay, it's right down there. Oh, wait, I can just get this easily. Cool. Any secrets over here? Doesn't appear it. Can I get up? I can get back up this way. Cool. But yeah, so, like, it felt... How to describe this? It felt amusingly relatable that another human being had that much knowledge of a specific movie. And granted, I'm a little more forgiving of him knowing Peter Pan than I am of Shrek, and especially of the Jimmy Neutron movie. I don't know. I'm not gonna, like, deny that I didn't love those movies. I quite enjoyed them too.
Somber they found me, dormant and still. We told Ori the tale of her misguided will.
Tell me, Grandfather Oak. Since we're gonna make Disney references anyway, I don't remember Pocahontas pretty much at all. I must have seen it when I was extremely young.
Ori, the spirit tree. He must have used the last of his strength to save you. Come now and hear our story. It was the night of the light ceremony. It was our light that she hated.
I called out to Ori, but my child never came.
Oh, there are lots of creatures like Ori. Interesting. It's a bird! Evil bird! Oh dear. It is a very large evil bird. Rude. This tree kind of reminds me of the spirit tree from Legend of Korra. Like how it had the big thing in the center that was glowy. Oh, it just stole the soul of the tree, I guess. What are you going to do with that, though, bird? Oh. Well, that's rude.
Kuro stole sign. It was the end of our days.
You received the spirit tree's light. He put our fate in your hands. Listen carefully now, for you must understand. The spirit tree sustained the three elements of light, and in turn they brought balance and kept Nebel safe. The element of water's high atop the Jinso tree. The element of winds deep within the forlorn ruins. The element of warmth beneath the fires of Mount Horu. To restore Nebel to its former self, we must rekindle their light before it's too late. The first we will find beyond the spider coves atop the tree where the waters once flowed.
So yeah, we're going for Thornfelt Swamp. Okay, objective: find the spirit tree. Press X to save or warp. New objective: find the Jinso tree. Okay, so that's a warp point. I thought I saw a little something over here, so let's see what's up here first. What have you got for me? You look cool, but what do you do? Nothing yet. It looks like that door takes damage, but it looks like I need a Metroidvania sort of thing to come back and break it open. Fair enough. Probably our charge crash, or like something that makes us dash forward or does a giant projectile forward as an alternative. Alright, let's see what's over here as well. Oh, hi. Hollow Grove, Valley of Wind. Okay, so yeah, we can't access the Valley of Wind yet.
Be careful, Ori, the ground is unstable.
What if I'm unstable? Oh. Did you not listen to Sign's warning? Huh. Oh, you attack differently. I'm going to explore down here a little bit, but Kiwi, I think that's where we'll end the episode for today. Oh, wait, one more thing.
Ano, the spirit that died here, was strong and courageous. Listen to his voice, he was able to focus our light.
Alright, why don't we start that on the next episode, Kiwi? I hope you've enjoyed watching, and I hope you're looking forward to me rambling about Disney for the foreseeable future, and then DreamWorks, and then everything thereafter. And of course, we never know what I'm going to ramble about, because I sure did say I'm going to talk about The Emperor's New Groove, and then not even remotely touch on it, because I started talking about Toy Story instead. So, you never know what you're going to get with me, honestly. But I digress. Kiwi, I hope you're enjoying watching. I love you. I hope this is helping you fall asleep, and if you're sleeping well. And in the next one, more Ori and the Blind Forest. See you soon.